right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Sunday morning. It is September 29th, 2019. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving us some time. We know you're busy. It's Sunday morning. You're either laying around, sleeping in, or some of you might work. Whatever the case, some of you work the Monday through Friday traditional. You're going back to work tomorrow. It's your last day off for the weekend. Enjoy it. Here at the Patriot Hour, we always like to go over things that we're following, the bigger picture, the things that aren't always reported by the mainstream. We encourage you to not believe anything we say, not believe anything anyone says, folks. Listen to everything you can, read everything you can, but believe none of it until you can verify it, all right? And we're going to go over lots of different stories in the as each episode that you tune into goes. We're going to go over lots of information, folks, just like in the intelligence community. Sometimes things are false news, fake news, or just 90% truth with a 10% spin, okay? Like a good lie, 90% truth. And we are seeing hypocrisy right now. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Look below in all the description box. The links are below, the website, the PayPal for donations. We appreciate all the donations coming in. Looks like we're getting messed with on YouTube, folks. I'm getting subscribers all day long, like always. The count is not moving. Matter of fact, several weeks ago, we were at like 163,800 something. It has now reverted back to 163,000 and is stuck. I mean, I've been looking at it for 2 days now. I've gone into all kinds of external apps, third-party apps. Everything's just sitting there showing at 163,000 and not showing anyone come in. I'm getting emails saying another subscriber all through the night. 10 of them this morning before I even did the show. It's just something's going on. I've reached out to a few other channels when I looked and I thought theirs were stuck, but then theirs are showing the, 52,001. YouTube did change the way you see that, but ours has gone to this weird, not a point after it, and it's just like it's stuck. And I know that's not accurate. So something's happening. Again, I don't know. I don't know enough about their cutthroat business. And, we try to abide by, not showing you any violence. I'm not sitting here, All right. Let's get into this article here. So one of the biggest things that they're talking about right now is this phone call that Trump had. And then the whistleblower's complaint. All right, the whistleblower came in. They supposedly hid it on a server that is just off the charts hidden. All right, it was like something in the White House with all the leaks. All right, Trump's first year, there was almost a leak a day. I think there was a leak a day. Not technically, but there were some days where there was 2 leaks, 3 leaks in one day, and then a day or two with nothing. But if you went through the whole first year of Trump's administration, there was almost a leak per day if you added it to that. So they started operating a little differently. This is what people don't understand. When you come into office as president and you find the heads of agencies to be corrupt, if you find your whole system to be leaking like a Sith, you can do things. You can take extra steps, even though you might be talking to other people within the administration, and the media might not find out about that. People that are on the outside now, ex-intelligence that doesn't have access to anything, they just start thinking the way that they operated, and a lot of this is they're putting things in places and then they're trying to get it from over here and they're not able to see it no more, and now they're raising the questions. All this talk could only be coming from people of the intelligence communities, which they shouldn't be talking. The whole whistleblower complaint, there's all kinds of crimes broken in that nobody's touching on. You can't be in intelligence and hear something and then go out to the smoke spot and be talking to some other guy like, I just heard something in there. That there's breaking the law. Nobody's talking about all that. Something else nobody's talking about that just kind of broke is Obama administration. Yes, the past administration saved call transcripts. Saved call transcripts to other foreign presidents, just like Obama did, on the exact same secret server as a Trump admin. Now, it's hard to get mad about that or even know about it if you don't know, if nobody's reporting on it. So we know that she wrote something the very last day in office to cover their butts. Oh, Susan Rice here. So after the media spent days speculating that President Trump demanded a quid pro quo agreement from Zelensky, only to learn no such agreement was made, The same outlets begin pushing the notion that Trump administration saved the conversation to a different, more secret server. Former National Security Advisor for the Obama administration, Susan Rice, however, acknowledged during a speaking engagement Friday that the previous administration also saved transcripts of phone calls with world leaders this way. What the Trump administration did, instead of storing it in the normal system, which is protected and classified, even though there was no classified substance in the actual discussion. Now, what that means is just the president talking to another president of another country in nature is executive privilege. It's at a classification of its own, even though there might not be nothing classified what they're talking about. Just the whole nature of the conversation is of executive privilege. They're talking about the substance of the call now. So even though there was no classified substance in the actual discussion, Rice told an audience in Texas Tribune Festival, instead of putting it where it normally resides, they hid it on a very highly classified or sensitive, highly compartmented server that very few people in the U.S. government have access to in order to bury it. She's acting like he was trying to bury something, this conversation. Rice was then asked how many times the Obama administration saved conversations to that server. Rice responded by saying the administration only saved conversations that were actually of classified nature. It is rare that the presidential conversation would be classified to that highest level. It's not impossible. It's very rare, even when two leaders are discussing classified information, Rice responded. But Rice still acknowledged that the Obama administration also saved some call transcripts on the server and did not expand on what would make something legitimately classified. So here's that little clip. The Federalist, David Marcus, noted that Rice's contention that Obama administration also used a server, together with reporting from ABC News that saving conversations with world leaders to more secure server has been a common practice in the Trump administration ever since 2017, when conversations with leaders from Australia and Mexico were leaked to the press. The two calls in early 2017, I was referring to, with leaders from Australia and Mexico, and they were leaked early in the Trump administration. And sources said that procedure to store them quickly changed. Many calls between president and world leaders instead were stored in secure servers to avoid leaks, ABC reported. The sources who talked to ABC News did caution that it is unclear if the calls being stored were done for national security or for political concern. The outlet has also reported a source saying that the saving conversations to a more secure server was basically standard operating procedure. Both of these revelations undermine the theory that in this specific case, some unique and bizarre method was used to hide and engage in a cover-up, Marcus wrote, rather than the Trump administration appears to have been engaging in business as usual. That hasn't stopped media outlets from trying to portray Trump administration negatively. Reuters, for example, has tried to compare the Trump administration keeping a private conversation from leaking to the press to Hillary Clinton's bathroom server. I mean, now they're making that, because that server story's going to come back around. Trump was doing the same thing on his own private personal server. No, it was in the White House, and it was part of the system. It was just the highest level. Well, still, Obama did it. So this is what sucks, folks. I mean, that we have to keep going back to the past, and we're not saying, well, Trump could do it because Obama did it. We're saying that they did it. You guys didn't care. He's doing it, and there's actually a legitimate reason because you guys had leakers. Obama, on the last days in office, also opened up the whole intelligence community by signing a piece of paper to where they all shared information a little bit more differently. The access went to thousands of people because they were going to start their leak operation. Obama was leaving. They wanted all these leftovers to leak day after day. I mean, and none of these articles ever hit on that. They just keep going and talking and acting like the crime's here. And we're like, what about all these? Well, there was crimes leading up to the information we got, but, we'll get to that. Nobody's getting to it. It seems like a lot of the leaks have stopped because of the actions Trump has taken. And the media is now playing in the dark. They don't have all this leaks and 2 hours ahead of time to get on something. That's the biggest shift that we're seeing here in real time, folks. This is real stuff. Everything has to be painted bad, even though everyone else in the history of the political world has done it. And I'm not saying that everything Trump does is 100% great or can't be, but I think most of it is a purposeful exposure to show. And when these media scream something that he can't do, we know that that's already been done by them and others. And we're just waiting for that to come back around. And then, you see how they spin it. Oh, Biden was told to go over there by lots of people, and Obama wanted him to. And it's like, oh, okay, Obama wanted him to. Well, Trump said he didn't do anything wrong. No, we're not going to believe Trump. Trump can't do that. But Obama can. Obama can make Biden, even though his son worked in the Ukraine. Biden, go over there and tell him to fire somebody. Why didn't you get somebody else to do it so it looked a little bit better? Are you guys that stupid? A computer server haunted Clinton in 2016. Now it may be Trump's turn. His own private server at the White House. Connected to the system. Well, not connected to the system, but part of the system. Its own entity. It's a little bit of a stretch. One can see the narrative has shifted in the media to find new reasons to impeach Trump. First, he had demanded some quid pro quo from another world leader regarding one of his opponents. When the transcript showed otherwise, the media deceptively edited them to make it look like Trump asked Zelensky to look into a former Vice President Joe Biden. After that narrative failed, the media began claiming that saving the conversation to a more secure server was evidence the president was trying to cover up his nefarious deeds. Unbelievable. So, why did Hunter Biden resign? Or they're saying that his contract to sit on the board of the Ukraine gas company expired in 2019. He was doing that all the way up to this year. And the minute that his thing expired this year was the same day that Biden announced his campaign run. It was like they wanted to make sure that was over before I don't want to go into this 2020 having you work there. Well, would that be a conflict? If you're president and your son's working in the Ukraine, wasn't it a conflict when you were vice president and he was working there? Or only if you're president and, you guys were all worried about Trump's kids and their connections and what they're doing. You're worried about Trump's business. He stepped away. He's got a kid running it. You got to do more. But this is okay. What Biden did is okay. What Trump did asking about it is wrong and impeachable. Lots of weirdness in the Joe Biden thing just on the forefront. But no, we have to ask you. And then you tell us, no, it's already looked into. Everything's fine. Hell, half the people there was an investigation into Hunter. They found nothing wrong. Well, yeah, that was after they got rid of the one guy and got somebody else in. We're also supposed to believe that Biden was fighting corruption over there. And that this prosecutor wasn't going to give that, company that his son worked at a good, solid investigation to maybe take his son down, too. This guy was known for letting things go. So Biden just wanted to get the right guy in there to make sure that they got a full investigation. And it turned out great for him. Again, he didn't know, his son and stuff. I mean, they didn't really talk about it. This is really freaking weird, man. And we can't stand for this no more. It's getting like everywhere you look, the Hillary thing, the Biden thing, there's these true, real crimes that you can just read, see it, trip over it, and they all say, no, Trump. And then you look at that, and there's nothing there, but they want you to make believe and go down fairy tale land with them. Once upon a time. I don't know what's going on. This is the whole deceptive, flip, pervert, everything that's good, make it bad. Everything that's, innocent, just flip it, pervert it, and rape it. That's what they're throwing at us, folks. It's getting scary. Hopefully we can get get to the other side of this quickly. And I don't know what it's going to take. It seems like at this point the media, they're not even good. I mean, before I would say they're good at brainwashing. Now it's so blatant. Maybe we're all becoming more awake and so in tune. And maybe there's other people that just still, if you don't know anything, you're going to buy into what the media tells you. If you're only walking by a TV, if it's the only thing you hear 5 minutes a day is CNN, MSNBC, or even Fox, and the wrong stuff on Fox, because they're hiring I mean, CNN's full of liars. Everyone that gets fired from the FBI or CIA, they go to work for CNN. It seems like they're, oh, you're so good at lying. Even though you got caught this last time, we'll hire you. I mean, it is just ridiculous. These people have no connections, no leaks. They're not part of the intelligence anymore, so they just make shit up. They just make it up. All right, I'm Mike. We're going to shut this one down. That was enough Sunday morning rant. Excuse the language today, a little heated up. We're looking at things here. I'm getting all heated up, but I got some videos today. I got plenty to do, so look for that on the old Patriot Hour later on today and right here on the Patriot Hour. Again, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed. Each and every one of you had a great Sunday morning into your afternoon, and we'll see you back here later on today for the next update video. God bless.